if you're thinking of doing some serious travel in the future, one of the things we all have to do is figure out how to pack lightly, because there's nothing worse than lugging around a bunch of luggage with you when you're on a big adventure, a big trip. And it's particularly important if you think you're going to be gone more than a week or 2 weeks. I'm super fortunate. Over a 2-year period, I had the opportunity to travel to 30 different countries over a 6-month period. And it wasn't continuous. I would come back to the US for a period of time, but my longest period of time away from home was 2 months. So I've learned some things the hard way. Let me show you what my bag looks like. Let's start with that first. Okay, this is not the perfect way to do it, but this is my bag here. This is the brand. This is not a sponsored video. It's the bag, you can see, is not that wide. It's 25 liters. It will expand to 35 liters. Here, I'll put it on my shoulder so you can see what it looks like when I'm carrying it, but it's super light. It's about 30 pounds. Let me see if I can hold it here. It's about 30 pounds. It just looks like a slightly bigger book bag, right? So it's a super nice bag. You don't need something this fancy. This is not a sponsored video. When I first started traveling, my bag was just a regular book bag like a college student would use, and you know what, it worked. One of the things that's, again, nice about this bag is it has a ton of pockets, and it's designed for travelers. The brand name's Nomatic, N-O-M-A-T-I-C. Nomatic, if you want to sponsor me, I'd love to be sponsored, but be that as it may. So you have to figure out, you know, what you're gonna pack and what you're gonna leave behind. And I can tell you, you need a lot less than what you think, right? So you just wanna keep it simple. You don't need to get super complicated. And traveling, you know, most of what you're gonna need, you'll be able to buy on the road. Not everything. Like, I have a beard and I do travel with the razor, for the electric razor for the beard. And it's a compact one. That would be hard to find on the road. Amazon does not deliver everywhere around the world, and certainly you're not gonna get same-day delivery or next-day delivery. So there are a couple things, probably your toiletries. I have medicated eye drops for my eyes. Obviously, I have to take that with me. But I do suggest you use a book bag or a backpack as opposed to a roller bag, particularly if you want to be light on your feet, if you want to be taking public transit, which really cuts down dramatically on your costs versus taking Uber or a rideshare in the countries and the cities that you're at. If you want to be able to explore the city fully, you know, what I would do is I'd land in a country on a Saturday, I'd be there for the week, and I'd leave the following Saturday to the next country. And I did not want to stay just at one Airbnb the whole time, right? Maybe you stay at an Airbnb in the north at first, then you move down to central, then you move down to the southern part of the city. So you get different experiences, and then it was off to the next city. So having a good bag, not having a roller bag, certainly not having a 50 or a 60 liter bag, you're gonna thank yourself for that many, many times over. Another thing you'll thank yourself for is if your bag has a waist strap. Now you'll notice on my bag, I don't have a waist strap right now. Mine has a removable waist strap, and I put the waist strap on when I know I'm gonna be, you know, out and about on a weekend for 5, 6, 8 hours. And it just, the waist strap relieves the stress from my shoulders. Now, another thing you can do, you know, if I was going from the northern part of a city to the southern part, I'd want to take my bag with me, right? And I might, you know, want to explore on the way down. So I've got my bag with me all day, and that's when I'd want the waist strap. But if I'm just going out for the day, I would take with me a day bag. So inside of my main bag, I would just keep a 7 to 10 liter day bag, something pretty simple, something pretty light, something that packs down. And again, you know, when I first started traveling, I mentioned I just had a regular book bag, right? I didn't have a fancy a bag that's made for traveling like that. And my day bag was just a good quality plastic grocery bag that I would roll up and put in my book bag and use that as my day bag. And you know what? It worked, right? So you get creative. You don't have to spend a lot of money. This bag was probably more than a lot of people want to spend. I think it's worth it, but I'm at a stage in my life where, you know, I can spend a little bit more money, right? I sacrificed in my 20s, 30s, and 40s when I was traveling, and now I need some of these creature comforts to make my life easier, frankly, because it's harder to travel, particularly at the pace that I was traveling. So having that waist strap is super nice. It's not necessary, but it's super nice. Having a day bag is nice, but you know what? A plastic grocery bag will work as well. One thing I will say, it's super important to stay as organized as you can be. With the bag that I have now, with the book bag I was using before, you know, my pants would always go exactly in the same place. My socks would always go exactly in the same place. My toiletry bag would go in the same place. So you want to stay organized. It makes your life so much easier when you can just reach in your bag at night when it's dark and you know exactly where to get what you need. It's like coming home to a comfortable home. I mean, I was sad when I gave up my book bag. You develop a bond with the quality equipment that you travel with, and they become an extension of who you are. So I was, you know, it was time to give up that book bag. It was, at some point, it was going to burst open, and I wanted to replace it before that happened. Another thing that people like to do, I'm not quite this organized, but some people love to have what's called packing cubes. So they're dividers, they're little containers that go inside of your bag. So you could have, you know, an orange packing cube for your underwear. You could have a white one for your socks, whatever it is, and it helps keep things organized. I find it's just as easy just to have things where I need them to be. Another thing people like to use is what's called compression straps to really torque down what they have in their bag. I think that's kind of cheating. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I like to keep it where I always have room to put a couple more things in my bag. That's what I like to do. I don't need the compression straps. I'd be tempted to really pack up that bag if I had compression straps, and that's not what I want to do. Also, my bag is light because I don't carry a lot of things. It's about 30 pounds, 25 to 30 pounds. In fact, there's some discount airlines in Southeast Asia. There's some discount airlines just about everywhere, except ironically, South America doesn't have many, but Europe does. And there's a weight limit, and then there's also a size limit. And my bag was able to pass each time, which is great because, like in Europe, Ryanair, I mean, you can go from Prague to, let's say, Madrid, Spain for maybe $20 or $30. But you know what? Your bag's going to cost more than that. So keeping your bag light, keeping your bag small, not only makes traveling easier for you, but it also makes it quite a bit less expensive. Probably my airfare was half of what it otherwise would have been. So that's the issue on the bag. If you'd like, in a separate video, for me to open up my bag and actually show you how I pack things, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to enjoy this video over here where it's one of my most popular videos, where I talk about 5 reasons to retire as soon as you can. If you're 60 years old, you likely have less than 1,000 weeks left of healthy active time. I think you'll also like the video up here where I talk about how to be happier than 99% of the people out there. And there are some commonalities with how you travel, how you look at the world. I know you're going to enjoy both videos. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, I'd appreciate it. Also leave me a comment. As the kids say, thumbs for likes and subs for love. And until next time, I'm Azul, reminding you that we're only young once. Let's take full advantage of the youth of our senior years. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.